Think quick.
Woo! You know I'm not sportsy. Why would you throw something at me? Oh, is raspberry cheesecake back in stock? Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time Joe slightly confuses me, you'll be alerted to it.
Why are you confused?
Why are you saying that we're doing like a product review? You're doing that hand signal that's like, this is a product review, even though this is raspberry cheesecake. We have eaten a million billion ice creams of this, and it's one of our favorite coffee flavors.
Well, raspberry cheesecake, if you didn't know, is back in stock at Keto Chow. And yes,
Yay!
This is one of our favorite flavors, especially for ice cream, and you love it in coffee.
I love it in coffee.
But the flavor has changed.
Like now it's tuna fish flavored? Like, what do you mean it's changed?
I don't know. I know that they reformulated things, and Chris has talked about this in the past, that they could not duplicate the original raspberry cheesecake.
How off are we?
I don't know. Now, he told me we're going to enjoy it.
But, like, what if we don't? Like, wait a minute now.
Well, here's the thing. I happen to have some of the old raspberry cheesecakes.
Okay.
So the new raspberry cheesecake is version 2.7.0 in the individuals and 2.7.1 in the big bag. And then I have a few of these older versions, which I got Miriam to sneak out to me when they came and visit us in January. They were like out of her personal stash.
All right.
Favorite flavor,
You
right?
didn't even share them with me.
Well, no, because I like them. But this is version 2.6.1. So I have an idea.
Okay.
Let's figure out if it's still good and how different it is from the old version.
Please be still good.
So here's what we're gonna do. I've got 3 of the new version and 3 of the old version. We're gonna make up 3 different keto chows of each one.
Well, you gotta have one of them's gotta be an ice cream.
So I'm gonna make one with butter of each flavor.
All right.
I'm gonna make one with heavy whipping cream of each flavor. Even though we tend to not use heavy whipping cream, we like butter. I think butter brings out the flavor better, but
better.
We gotta do a taste test here and see, is there a difference?
Okay.
And then the last one is gonna be the way we like it the most, and that is as an ice cream in the Ninja Creamy. And for that, we're going to use butter. Okay, we're gonna start off with the old version and butter. So I'm gonna use 1 stick of butter for 2 shakes. So what I'm gonna do is in this Pyrex glass, we're gonna melt 1 stick of butter, and that's gonna give me 4 tablespoons for each shake. We're gonna put enough water into the Vitamix with the melted butter and 2 Keto Chow packets to fill up 1 blender bottle and 1 creamy machine. And we'll just fill up those 2 containers, and then we'll rinse everything out, and we'll move on to the new version. So over here, I have enough warm water for a creamy, and I have the amount of warm water that we would use for a shake. I have my glass Pyrex dish, and I'm just gonna simply take this butter, put it in here, and we're gonna go ahead and melt that.
While the butter is melting, people ask us all the time, what kind of butter do you use? Well, we use whatever's on sale at Costco, BJ's, or Sam's Club. We do not have the money for bougie butter, so we just use regular, like Kirkland's butter, whatever's on sale, but we always use salted butter.
Okay, so we have 1 full stick of butter here. That's enough for 2 shakes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put that into my Vitamix. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my water to rinse this out. Now, make sure when you're using butter, you use warm water. A lot of people will go online and say, hey, when I use butter, it's clumping. It's usually because of 1 or 2 things. Either A, you didn't use warm water, or B, you're not using a blender to mix it. Technically, you could mix warm water with the melted butter and do it in a blender bottle, but you're probably going to tire out your arm. You want to make sure you really get a good mix, so always use a blender. So we're going to take our glass, and I'm just going to fill this up, and that will kind of rinse out any extra butter that's in here. So that's the one for the shake. And then this is the amount of water that I use when I make a creamy, a little bit lower than the line. Now I'm going to do what Rachel hates. I'm going to turn the Vitamix down to the lowest possible setting, and I'm going to turn it on with no lid. We've got the one with the X, version 2.6.1. So we'll put the first packet in.
So this is the old tried and true,
Yep,
trusted packet of raspberry cheesecake.
2.6.1.
Don't you love that color?
I do. It's like a purplish color. It really does remind me of raspberries. Okay, now I'll put the lid on, and we'll just turn this up a little bit. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to fill up the creamy container, and we're going to go right up to the line. Now we're going to fill up the clear container labeled old butter.
No one's gonna steal this because it says old butter on there.
Now before we even start putting the top on, let's kill some time and go ahead and melt the other stick of butter. And I usually do this in a glass thing, and then what I do is I break it in half. That slows it down. It also prevents some of that boiling over. When we do a stick of butter, we usually use the 2-cup Pyrex, because if you use the 1 cup, sometimes as it melts, it bubbles up over the top, and then we lose precious butter inside of the microwave. But what's worse is I have to clean the microwave, and I don't like cleaning the microwave. Do you like cleaning the microwave? Because I hate cleaning a microwave.
No.
So while the butter is melting, we'll go ahead and put our top on here.
Put your top on.
We already have a blender ball in here. We'll put a red lid. We'll put this off to the side. Okay, this is going to be the new version, so 2.7.0. Again, we'll go ahead and put our stick of melted butter in here.
Yum.
Rinse out the cup measure. Turn it on. Okay, once again, 2.7.1. Again, we'll start off with the creamy container to make sure we get up to the line, because I don't mind having a little extra in the blender bottle.
This is gonna be my new butt.
And
that's heavy whipping cream.
okay, we'll just change labels. And what we will do is we will pull this label off of here. We will put it on here. And then this label onto this one.
That'll work.
So, new butter, blue, new butter, labeled for creamy. The old creamy is not labeled at all because we only have 2. And then we have the old butter. So we will go ahead and put these in the refrigerator, these in the freezer. Usually when we make Keto Chow ice cream, we add about 1/4 teaspoon of tarragon because that makes it creamy. But I know a lot of people don't have that, and for me to make this a true experiment, the easiest way to make Keto Chow ice cream is to literally make a Keto Chow and then stick it in the freezer or into an ice cream maker. So if you have a creamy, obviously you pre-freeze it. If you're using a regular ice cream maker, you're just going to take this and pour it into your ice cream maker. So we're not going to use any tarragon. It's still good without it. The tarragon just adds a little bit more creaminess. But I think for the sake of this experiment, we're just going to eliminate it for this batch. You're cheating! Now you know what the new one tastes like.
I won't spoil it.
Okay, we have a brand new heavy whipping cream. It has an expiration, or a best by date, not an expiration date, of April 22nd of 2023. But of course, those best by dates are only good when you don't open it, because when you open it, you don't have that long. So this container has never been opened, so we're using fresh heavy whipping cream, and we're gonna put 4 ounces in each one. So that's the first one. We'll go ahead and put it in this blender bottle. And then what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna fill this up with water to rinse it out and fill it up. And we're gonna come I say, well, do you want to do it the way we always do it, which is all the way up to the top, or do you want to do it where everybody would normally put it?
I think that you need to do it based on what most people do.
Okay, so we've added 16 ounces of water. When you're using heavy whipping cream, it doesn't have to be warm, and that brings it to right around here. Normally, we come all the way up to the top because more keto chow and water is not affecting it. For some people, they'll say it dilutes the flavor, but I'd rather just have more keto chow. So we're going to do these one at a time. We're going to put this into the Vitamix, although you don't need to use a Vitamix when you're using heavy whipping cream. And then...
Is this the old one?
Oh, yes. So we're going to use the old one, right? I don't want to have to switch labels again. So there's the X version 2.6.1. Put it in here, although I should have it just over on the Vitamix already. And we'll take this over and we'll mix it.
So one thing to remember when you're using heavy whipping cream is you don't want to blend it too much, otherwise you'll get some butter.
So if you've ever made keto chow in a blender using heavy whipping cream and you've gotten like chunks, it's probably that you blended it too long. The reason it's higher is the foam from the heavy cream, but that's going to go away. This one needs a blender ball and a lid.
Put your top on.
Now we'll rinse this out and we'll do the same thing with the new version. Now we'll put these into the refrigerator and we will come back tomorrow to give them a sample. You ready for a delicious taste test?
I am.
Okay, so we've got the butter and we've got the heavy whipping cream.
Okay. Have you marked these?
They are secretly marked. I don't even remember which one, on the bottom.
Oh, good.
So
okay.
I figured the fun way to do this was, we'll start, which one do you want to start with, heavy cream or butter?
Heavy cream.
So we're going to start with heavy cream.
Yeah.
And we will decide which one we like better.
Okay.
And then we'll see, is it the old formulation or the new formulation?
All right.
Either way, we're stuck with the new formulation, but I'm curious, like, which one do we like better? Is it as good? Is it better? Is it not as good?
Or is it even in the ballpark?
Right.
I mean, if it's the same, wouldn't you be fine with that? It
One
needs
thing
to be better.
Interesting to note, the butter is a deeper purple.
It really is.
Like, a lot deeper. Like, these are both heavy cream.
I mean, I'm seeing pink, too. Do you only see purple?
Well, they're like pink, purplish.
Pink, purplish.
Right?
These are very pinky.
Like, so, yeah, these are the heavy cream, and these are the butter, and you can see, like, look at the difference. I can even see it in the viewfinder.
The other thing is, usually the flavor is enhanced with butter. You think that heavy whipping cream would give it more, like, creaminess and flavor, but it's
definitely thicker.
It mutes the flavor, though, if you're looking for a very specific flavor.
Okay, so we're going to put the butter off to the side.
Okay.
We'll start with this one. No, because they're each different, so
okay.
one at a time.
All right.
Raspberry cheesecake.
Very delicious.
Okay, so you want to go first on that one?
Yeah. I feel like the flavor is bolder with this one. I mean, they're both good, but
they're both good. I like this one better.
It feels a little bit more raspberry.
It does. It's
I'm not wrong, right? Like, do you feel that too? Like, it's like more berry.
I really taste the heavy cream in that one.
Yeah, I taste the heavy cream more in this. I taste raspberry more in this.
This one has more fruit flavor.
Yeah. Okay. This is the old one.
New version.
So the new one has got a little bit more enhanced.
I like the new one better.
Berry for heavy whipping cream.
And I love the old one.
Because this, again, and this is for every keto chow flavor. You add heavy whipping cream to it, and it's usually tastes creamy, but like the flavor gets muted.
Yeah.
So, and then this is the same thing. Like that's amazing.
I feel like the flavor in heavy whipping cream comes a lot more in the one with the new formulation.
Yeah.
I will say this. I mean, I could go get more if you wanted to try more. But based on what you remember, I don't know about you, but I feel like this one was a little bit thicker.
The heavy whipping cream?
Well, they're both heavy whipping cream.
Oh, you mean
the consistency? I feel like this one was slightly thicker. They have the same exact amount, so I don't know if it's a change in the amount of acacia gum or something like that. I mean, the label says it is the same amount of acacia gum.
Neither one of these sucked. So
right.
that's
They
really
both are good.
Very good.
But I do like the new formula better.
But I do like the new formulation.
Okay.
Okay. Next up.
Choose your poison.
Okay.
I don't know which one is which. I really don't. Well, I know you don't, but I don't remember because I had them and I just grabbed them.
Man.
They're both butter.
I see like bubbles on this one, so I'm going to go with a bubbly one first.
Okay.
Delicious. But again, butter makes you taste the flavor more. It's like intensifies it.
Go ahead. Don't look.
I didn't.
Okay, wait, don't say anything.
Okay, sorry.
So, this one is better. At least I think it's better. I think this has more raspberry flavor, and I'm going to guess that this is the new formulation.
I taste more raspberry here than I do in here, and I'm going to also guess that this is the new one.
Now, again,
it tastes more intensely raspberry. What is it? Let me
wait. Take that one more time. Do you think that is that the
No.
That's
this is
the
the
new
new.
one.
And I'm telling you, it tastes more, it's got more raspberry flavor in it.
But it's in a better way.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Not a lot more, but it's definitely
it's pronounced.
Noticeable side by side. Now, here's the good news. We're going to get to ice cream in a minute because ice cream is how we eat keto chow.
Mostly.
90% of the time. I always have keto chow like ready to go. Like I have a dive trip tomorrow. I'm going to take one with me.
Yeah, of course.
But most of the time we enjoy it as an ice cream.
Because it lasts longer.
It lasts longer.
Yeah.
Right? So that's, and I think it is the second best flavor when it comes to ice cream with keto chow. Number one, and it's kind of a toss up. Number one for me is pistachio, but it's like
I love pistachio.
Pistachio raspberry cheesecake are like 1, 2, any given day they flip, and followed by chocolate peanut butter.
I also like caramel macchiato.
I know you do.
I
but
really like it as an ice cream.
I just really like these. Like it's almost like a sorbet.
I'll tell you what, it makes like an awesome splash in your coffee too. Like who would think that you would want to add raspberry cheesecake to your coffee? But I love it.
It's good. What I was gonna say is, it's noticeable side by side.
Yeah, but I don't think you're gonna notice it.
I think that unless you have a hypersensitive palate, and it was the only flavor you were ever consuming of keto chow,
you'd be like, it's different.
I don't think anybody's going to taste a new one and be like, that's not the same thing.
At least
I think you'd have to have a hypersensitive palate, and really, that was the only one you were having.
My shoe fell off.
Do you want me to get the ice cream?
This flavor of keto chow knocked my shoes off. Not just my socks, my shoes too. No, I was going to say that at the very least, if you liked it before, you're not going to be disappointed now. And I feel like that is the test that I was trying to take, which is, am I going to be disappointed when I repurchase raspberry cheesecake now that there's a new formulation? I have not even eaten this yet, but now I feel like I want to make a guess based on the color alone. I feel like the new keto chow color is more intense. Don't you think?
No, because the only way the colors look the same to me when you put heavy cream, butter. These are both with butter. I think it's some of how it's settled.
Okay.
But so when I saw that, you can see how it's slightly darker on the bottom. I was like, oh, let me mix it one more time. And I overmixed this one. So you can see this one is almost like a Frosty.
Right.
And this one is more like
ice cream. Now you didn't add anything, the tarragon.
We didn't add tarragon, extra sweetener, or anything like that.
Okay.
I also don't know which one it is because I can't do that because there's only a label on one of them, but I moved the label to the bottom.
Okay.
so that we don't know.
I feel like this is the new one based on color, but I'm not, I could be wrong. Wow. We have been saving our raspberry cheesecake and like not getting to have it as an ice cream all the time because we've been, like wanting to spare it, ration it out.
I'm trying to get one from the bottom. Try to scoop a little bit from the bottom.
So it's really nice to have it back.
I think it is mixed well. It's just what's frozen on the outside.
Yeah. I love this as an ice cream. Don't you?
Mm-hmm. That's good. Okay.
That is good.
Are you going to the new one?
I will. I'm just finishing this one spoon. Oh, so you think this one's a new one?
I don't know. I said the other one.
You meant to say like the next.
Don't get the ice.
Want to dink it? Dink.
Ooh. That almost tastes like it has fruit in it.
That does taste like it has fruit in it. You're right.
But is it because this is harder than this one?
Gosh, this is good.
I like this one better.
Honestly, they taste so similar to me.
Freezing it does mute the flavor a little bit. That's why I really like the ice cream with butter.
It tastes the same to me, to be honest, in this ice cream form. It's just that I thought that this was the new one because the color is pretty. But again, I'm satisfied with this. I didn't want you like changing up the formulation in such a way that I noticed a giant difference, right? And berry can go sideways, yo. Anything like berry flavored can go sideways.
I think this one's more intense. Try it again.
It's delicious. I think that the color is more intense. That's what I think. But it tastes like my raspberry cheesecake ice cream. My trusted raspberry cheesecake ice cream.
The one with the label
is the new one.
I believe was the new one.
New one. New butt.
Okay. I think that solves it. In all three, I like the new formulation better.
Well, and in the ice cream,
I think the old formulation is good. I think the new formulation. Okay, so I'm gonna date myself. Anybody remember New Coke? Do you remember New Coke?
Now you're dating me,
right? Do you remember New Coke, where they tried to make themselves like Pepsi, and they doubled the sugar, and it was a complete flop. It was like new and improved. Then they brought back classic Coke. Right? Because everyone was like, this stinks. I am here to say, in my personal opinion...
This is not New Coke.
Don't worry. Truly the new and improved version of raspberry cheesecake.
I'm just a happy camper right now.
Because I like this. Okay. Well, you're a happy camper. This is dinner. Which one do you want?
Well, I mean, obviously I want new. Let's be honest, because it's physically appealing as well. It's visually stunning.
Okay. Well, that is going to be this video. So, depending on what day you are seeing this, I've got a little letter here that says this is being released on March 28th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So, this video will go up at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
On the dot.
So, if you were watching it on March 28th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, go order it. Use the link down below. That link is going to get you 10% off, and it's available in big bags. So
this is good news.
We greatly appreciate you using the link that helps support the channel. It gives you 10% off everything except for subscriptions. And I will definitely be ordering a bunch of this. And I'm now happy to say that we can have raspberry cheesecake, and we can even share some with John Paul and Michelle.
Right.
Because they kept asking for it. And I was like, no, you can't have what I have because I don't have a lot left.
I'm sorry, but we have to ration things.
Let us know down in the comments section, are you excited that raspberry cheesecake is back? And
what's your favorite flavor?
What's your favorite flavor if you're not a fan of raspberry cheesecake? Now, if you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at the most recent video that I'm gonna put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time Keto Chow does something, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.